No, it pulls up her folder called receipts. She has a receipt folder on the QR code
back
on her
of a nail.
nails, Zena!
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to membriash.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Mitch.
We're watching the Ultimatum, the reunion, finally.
Yeah.
My God.
We didn't want certain Instagram accounts to spoil everything.
Man, it's
as they do seconds after the videos come out.
This is the problem. Like, I want to go see what other people are saying, and I want to see what all the dirt is that people are putting on TikTok, like, after. But the problem is that, like, every article is like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, but not until the end of the article. And before that, I'm going to give you every piece of context, including the show that literally was released at midnight.
I know. That's like those recipes where you got to scroll through all the ads in order to get to it at the very bottom. Like, what the f*** is going on?
I get why they do it. And if I had already watched it, I would be grateful for it because I would want to see it. But it's really difficult when you, like, right, like, a lot of people I don't think have had time to watch this yet.
This is nuts.
This is 2 hours of content that, like, not everyone has had. And you've had time to write an entire, like, professional article about what's going on here. Like, what is happening?
Okay, well.
Too fast, okay?
So
Slow down.
We gotta hop on it.
Do a worse job.
In the dust.
Right. Thanks.
Jesus. Liza Minnelli. Shall we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Me, Nick, Jay are in the same room. Not gonna be fun.
Liza Minnelli is our alternative to Jesus Christ, if you don't like saying Jesus Christ, which we don't really care about. But Liza Minnelli is a little more fun.
I swear I saw someone.
It was like in a
I swear I saw someone do that. Yeah. But then I can't find it anywhere. And every time I search it, it's like it doesn't exist. So do you also say Liza Minnelli instead of Jesus Christ? Or is that just like, does that not happen? Did I make it up? Did I have a dream?
I almost feel that like that's like an Arrested Development type of thing or something.
It feels kind of like it.
I don't know.
If he's not honest, I'm going to come out with receipts.
Receipts now?
Oh.
Okay. I would like the receipts because I didn't see Caleb doing anything. I saw Arya falling pretty hard for Caleb, and I didn't see a whole lot of reciprocation.
We didn't see it. That doesn't mean it didn't happen.
It doesn't mean it didn't happen.
All right. Well, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh, they're just getting into it.
And hopefully no one runs away before it's over this time.
Zena was, I just very briefly saw an image of her on a certain Instagram account I don't want to mention because I'm mad at them right now. But so I saw what she looked like already, but it's given a little like Glinda to me.
The Good Witch?
Yeah, the big hair, the yellow, and just like the dress and stuff.
Okay.
No?
I don't know.
Well, that's
I
like
didn't
out
see
right
what you
now.
saw.
Okay, we'll come back to her.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
They're so low key.
I know. It makes for really boring TV, honestly.
Yeah, I'm happy for them, but
Me too.
It is very boring TV.
And they both have that kind of like low energy, which feels right to me.
Okay.
They feel like a good match.
That he actually likes to color coordinate outfits with me. And then I noticed like every now and then he'd peek around the corner and like, what are you doing?
He wasn't telling her. He was just like background color coordinating.
That's pretty funny.
And we're hoping for it to be a destination wedding, summer of 2026.
Nice. Okay, they're like planning, man.
But leaving, I definitely had to take accountability for my actions and really take note of who I had become in this.
Why
Arya's
is she
upset.
so like this? Stop it. It's my least favorite thing about her. I like her so much.
It's like the one
her
thing.
Possession of
She has
Caleb is
fixation on
weird.
Caleb.
Unless I'm going to hear something
Like some wild
that
shit.
we just didn't see.
Yeah.
Then that makes this make sense to me. But otherwise, it just feels like a person that's not in a relationship with someone being possessive of them.
Were you not looking at my stories, liking my stories?
And I also watch Zena's stories.
Who cares?
You're out here lurking on my page, liking my stuff.
Lurking?
Lurking?
You blocked me. And
You're
then,
not blocked.
yes, I don't believe you at all.
Okay.
I think you're capping right now.
Capping.
Wow. That's Gen Z violation right there.
Wow, he's capping right now. Oh.
Wow, dude.
Wait, let me finish.
Now she's let me finishing people.
It did not make sense and I knew it.
He's straight capping.
You were able to be 100.
Capping. B100.
Ridiculous.
Half of these people are millennials.
No, they're young millennials, though, right? Everyone except Nick. Nick's like us. Nick's old.
Nick's old. He's around our same age.
It's a friendship. It was platonic. And I'm watching it and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, Caleb?
I don't feel like he did anything to me that made it seem like it was more than a friendship.
For us, but for her, maybe she's seeing what for them is a more like romantic connection. Because for me, I'm like, this dude is like pretty like...
I mean, both of you are completely correct in that there was an emotional connection.
I think the thing that frustrates me is that this like kind of emotional connection, romantic connection, those to me are two different things. Like, I have a strong emotional connection to my friends and to the people that I love and care about. It doesn't mean I want to have sex with them.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't mean I want to date them. It doesn't mean I want to be engaged to them, get married to them. Like, that's
emotional
very
connection,
different.
even the phrase is maybe they're
frustrating.
framing it in that
the
way.
Emotional
But
romantic, like, that is frustrating to me that they're constantly getting convoluted on this show. Like, they're one and the same. Like, people can't be friends. Like, they can't love people and be close to people. Like, he can't enjoy spending time with Arya without it being inappropriate to his relationship with Mariah.
Yeah.
And that is frustrating for me.
We're not engaged anymore. Wow. I realized I made a mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did make a mistake.
Yeah.
That sucks for him too, though. Wow, that sucks.
Can we start over? Can we do a foundational thing?
It's hard to start over. How are you going to start over after that?
So we did end up moving in together.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Okay.
Biggest issue, it's just the way that we have conflict.
yeah,
Yeah,
he fights ugly.
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see that
has
from
such
the
a
people around him
temper.
as much as he brings it.
Yeah.
When did you break off the engagement?
A day later.
Oh.
Whoa, dude. Oh, man. That's brutal.
She said it though. She's like, I was in an emotional state. That makes sense. We saw that. She was like crying and she was all like,
Oh, tell your family, call your family. And I didn't want to.
That's so... Oh, man.
that kind of makes sense though, right? She's
It
like in a
does.
whirlwind of emotion. She's like, okay, we'll try out the living together thing.
He was like, yeah, we're going to do couples therapy.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
smart.
essential.
I give him an ultimatum. I said, if we don't do therapy, I'm done.
Ultimatums are pretty shit, but like if you have toxicity in your relationship and therapy is really important for a lot of those situations, that's one of
Yeah.
the times that I can totally see that happening
Yeah.
and it being semi-appropriate or appropriate.
Yeah.
The mistake wasn't proposing to her. I think it was telling her all of that in that moment and knowing that there's a slight chance like that she could make an emotional decision.
So he almost feels like he manipulated her by asking.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But you wouldn't think that going in.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like,
But then you see after the fact, like, how that ends
Yeah.
up being, like, putting her in a position where she's saying yes out of emotion
Yeah.
and not, like, logic.
It just wasn't on her time.
We had a whole year. So I just feel like you're giving off a lot of excuses.
it wasn't on her time. It's the whole duration that since they've filmed. And they just started. So they recently broke up, it feels like.
Yeah. Feels super emotional.
I always have to ask you to say sorry to me. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to beg for an apology because it's not really sincere then.
Are you going to tell them?
I don't think it's my place to tell.
Why is she doing that? Don't do that, too.
Yeah.
He's comfortable saying what he's comfortable
He's
saying.
actually expressing himself better than he usually does right here.
My grandma passed away.
Okay.
That's also not his story to tell.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Right.
He's like, I don't think that's no, that's fair.
And I ended up having a miscarriage.
That's awful.
That's awful, dude. Oh, brutal.
Scotty's handling himself okay.
Yeah, I'm really glad he didn't say any of that.
Yeah,
because
for
like
real.
that's none of that is his.
And he read
you
the
know?
room. He's like, that's
Yeah,
not my
because
shit.
it's like whether
Yeah.
whether she wants to say that or not. Oh,
Oh, I didn't just give up. I got tired.
I just feel like I tried so hard.
It's also possible they both tried.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't enough. Like, people always act like you can make anything work and you can't. That's a lot of emotional
he
trauma.
moved to her too.
Yeah,
we kept
yeah.
saying that. We're like, why won't he move to her? He did.
Actually, sounds like he really gave it a go. We saw a really bad version of him on the screen, but it sounds like he gave it a go.
Sometimes two people are just not good for each other.
Yeah.
And try to give someone everything they want, and still what you're giving isn't good enough.
And that's back to what we were saying. It doesn't mean that he was wrong in trying that. It just means
Yeah.
maybe it's not going to work. That is, yeah.
Wow. Whew. Way more fucking upsetting watching it than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be. Dang.
Right now, both of us being single is probably the best thing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, he's
I
showing
feel
up
really
really,
bad for
good,
Arya.
honestly. Ooh,
Yeah,
I don't
I
like
think-
Scotty very much, but like, dang, he's showing up good right now.
I think he saw himself on camera and was like, wow, don't do that.
I mean, sometimes that's helpful. You see yourself
Yeah.
in a way that you don't want to be, and then, you know, it helps you
Yeah.
identify stuff you want to change.
Also, if he's really emotionally hurt right now, he's not coming in from anger. He's coming in from sadness. And that can be a lot different in the way
Yeah.
you express that. He seems really upset.
Do you know what's weird is like on the show, it almost feels like he didn't want to be vulnerable and give in to like, I'm sad, I feel hurt.
Like
and then on
emotions.
the stage, he feels like he's
Yeah.
like, I'm sad. Like, this sucked.
It sounds like they had a real whirlwind of a year, though, in a worst possible way.
Oh,
And
wow. That's so much.
Hit after hit.
That'd be hard. That kind of stuff is
Yeah.
hard for any couple to get over. Like, death in
Yeah.
the family, miscarriage. Like,
Yeah.
stuff like that is hard for even
they
the
were already
strongest
rocky.
couple to face.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Deuces.
They had to lighten it up, so they just put in his deuces thing. Oh, Nick. Oh, God.
I'm glad Nick can laugh about it now.
I'm glad they think it's funny, his mental breakdown.
What the
Wasn't funny
hell?
watching it. Wasn't funny.
JR and Zena. What's up, guys?
You think she looks like Glinda right here?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like it's
Not
extremely.
Glinda.
It's the pink dress and the hair, and I have this image in my head of a clip people talking about. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
show, but
She wanted to go back to what we were doing.
says go back to doing what we were doing. I think they were just kind of like a hookup.
You didn't come to that realization, like, we're not together.
go back to doing what we're doing. We're really not together. He's saying it right here. Fake relationship confirmed.
It's like a friends with benefits thing.
Do y'all want the truth or
Well, it
not?
sounds
Yeah, Zena, tell us the truth.
We moved across the street from each other.
Weird.
You got a massage at the Ritz-Carlton and a steak dinner, okay, for your birthday. After that, we spent Thanksgiving.
Did I ask JR?
Oh my God.
Zena, you were asking for all that. And I said, we need time apart.
He's still, come on, JR, Jesus.
And he was just like, you know what? I need time to process what happened on the show.
He needs the time to process all those hotties in the DMs.
Yeah, for real.
He refused to give me any type of closure.
Yeah. Keeping her on the line.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, that is a valid question.
Because you said we should not be talking to other people.
Well, yeah, because if she's sleeping with you and she wants to be exclusive, then that's a completely realistic thing to ask for.
Because you're trying to manipulate the situation.
He keeps on calling her manipulative. That doesn't feel like what I'm reading.
I think we should take this break
That's not
seriously.
true. I have text proof.
Oh,
Everybody's got the receipts.
He's so rude.
Yeah.
Why is she chasing this man? He's so rude.
he asked me if I would be open to dinner. Canceled the night of and never rescheduled.
Rude.
Okay, because I
So-
was sick.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe got COVID.
Even the way JR talks reminds me of this guy I used to be friends with.
Oh,
Every piece of it reminds me of him, and
Wormy.
I hate it. It's
Wormy.
so wormy and just like childish
Yeah.
is what it feels like.
Yeah. And she didn't just say canceled. She said canceled and never rescheduled.
Yes.
And I told her after that decision, we are really broken up.
Minus all the sex and living across from each other and having dinner.
Well, and
at
the problem
your
is, too,
birthday.
if you don't treat the person like you're broken up, it's confusing. If you continue acting like you say verbally we're broken up, but you continue sleeping with that person, you continue going on dates, you continue
Yeah.
celebrating holidays, it doesn't really feel like you're broken up. It's confusing, man.
But he has a lot of love for her and doesn't know where the hostility is coming from, he says.
You still
We
processing?
never
To this day, are you still processing? She says.
working on myself. I've been on a journey of self.
She needs to leave him in the dust,
I think she
dude.
is at this point. but-
Holy cow.
Place right now where I could speak on our relationship. I still need time.
He still cannot speak on their relationship. Are you fucking kidding me?
She was the best girlfriend I've ever had. She looks gorgeous.
Oh my God. She bends over backwards for him in ways that she absolutely should not.
Yeah.
She deserves somebody better.
Now that I'm not delusionally in love anymore,
Yes.
I can see the red flags.
Good.
Good.
I'm glad.
I got DMs with him flirting with her. And he tried to gaslight me by saying that it was Photoshop.
JR.
I'm not stupid.
I owned up to it.
Oh.
After you gaslit her?
I never cheated on you.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Because he in his mind is like, cheater, not cheater. I, not cheater.
As long as he doesn't put his dick in somebody, he's not cheating.
I don't even know. Even if he did that,
Yeah.
I think it would be an excuse. I think it would
Well,
be...
we weren't really together.
Right.
So it's not
Exactly.
cheating. He keeps on saying that.
saw yourself getting back together with Zena?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Gross, dude. Girl, run.
Look at her. She is. She's checked out. She's done with this asshole.
He is so childish. He is a 34 now year old man. Absolutely not.
Is the door fully closed on your relationship
Yes,
with JR?
absolutely.
Door totally closed. she says.
Closed.
You are a liar.
He is a liar.
Lied about what?
You're a con artist.
You're a con artist. He might be.
Right now, you're a con artist, dude.
They may have fucked. Honestly,
And you know we didn't, Nick.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know that. Nobody knows that. None of us know that.
She's like, whatever, but like...
Yeah, she's like, whatever,
you
but
don't
I'm
even
just
know.
not in it. Because I don't even know if you her.
The problem isn't like that she's sure that they had sex. The problem is you can't trust any of it.
Naturally, that's where it would have progressed.
It was hot and heavy. It was.
And I forgot about the third kiss.
I forgot.
Did we hear a fourth? Or did they
Yeah,
replay
third,
this
fourth,
out?
fifth, sixth, Zena says.
Yeah.
It was not 3 kisses.
This is
It was
BS.
not. This is crazy. It is wild that they're still lying on stage and downplaying it to the people that they did it to.
They got
like,
their...
Stop
but
it,
they coordinated
man.
their lie.
God.
And they're f***ing like... They piss me off.
This is irritating.
I actually am so
Well, let's
over you.
Zena.
She just wants to be like, this is why I'm over you. We're never getting back together.
Yeah.
Like, period.
I like Zena going for blood.
Me too. I like this version of her.
She gets a
Much
pass.
better than the
If
Disney
she-
princess version.
Yeah.
JR and I, we had flirty chemistry from the start. That's very clear.
His face.
I came into this extremely neglected and
Okay.
Crocodile tears?
Now we might be into crocodile tears. Yeah, that felt like a crocodile tears moment. Come on.
Yeah, that felt...
Also, it's in the middle of her having to take accountability for something, which I don't like tears when you're taking accountability for your own bullshit,
Also,
man.
this is a year after they've broken up. I'm not feeling like that. Like, I get it. I saw it with Scotty and Arya.
Yeah.
I feel like those are fresh wounds.
Oh,
that
yeah,
feels
for
emotional.
sure.
She hasn't been with Nick for a year. And she's over there crying because of, like... I said it early on in the season. I'm like, she's a liar and I don't trust her. JR is too. They're both f***ing liars. You get 2 liars together and this is what happens.
Also, at this point, they've lied so much. How do you take
even-
accountability now?
Yeah.
How do you walk it back now? Because now it's a huge lie that you perpetuated for over a year at this point.
Yeah.
It's too much.
we did kiss, but nothing transpired past a kiss.
I did not have sexual relations with that man.
Uh-huh. That's what it's giving.
And I can't imagine how it makes Nick and Zena feel watching that.
Completely removed and detached.
This is a detached couch over here. Zena.
I like their little friendship.
I know, right?
It's funny.
I wish the 2 of you would have done was to be transparent and honest. And
Yes.
during girls' night,
Yes.
Yeah.
like a complete lie.
Yes. It was a complete lie. Yes.
Zena's on it.
The thing that I can own up to at the girls' night
The one thing she'll own up to.
is giving you too much reassurance that like nothing's going on.
You lied. It was a lie. You lied.
I want the shepherd's hook to take JR and Sandy off
the stage. Pull
Just
them off the
whoop,
stage.
like a cartoon.
I was leaving with Sandy, Zena, or myself.
Well, Sandy made that decision for you.
She did.
Who told Scotty that JR was here for a hall pass?
It doesn't matter.
You're right, it doesn't, but you made it matter, didn't ya?
Oh my god.
It was Dave, wasn't it? Somebody said that in
was
our
Dave,
comments.
right?
They said it was Dave.
I have a chip on my nail.
Oh, damn, girl.
I have a chip on my nail.
What? Why does she have a chip on her?
Boom. And there's a folder called receipts.
No, it pulls up her folder called receipts. She has a receipt folder on the QR
On the back
code
of
of
a
her
nail.
nail. Zena.
She has a QR code on her fucking nail.
Zena.
She's
Wow.
She's like a cyber
Oh my
queen,
god, I
man.
love her so much.
Dude. Cyberpunk reality is today here on this stage.
I wasn't really that attracted to Zena pre this,
now
but
suddenly
now
you're like,
I'm
holy
like,
shit.
woo!
She was breaking down crying. Guys are treating this like a hall pass.
Arya said it.
But how would that make you feel if you received a text like that?
Oh, he's always gonna push everything back on everybody else.
Some unseen clips of just how you spent dating week.
Oh, boy.
Take a look.
Oh boy is right. Oh god.
And so dibbling, dabbling. Ain't no cameras in the room.
What?
So he's trying to get caught on camera saying he's not looking for a hall pass while doing everything that he's showing he's looking for a hall pass.
Like a good blowjob.
Nice and juicy.
Like you. I could get you pregnant or something.
What the absolute fuck, dude?
Saying I'm here for a hall pass. What does that mean?
It means what you're doing, JR. It means what you're doing.
I got a hall pass.
Was that like people?
I got a hall pass, he says. You said it, you idiot. You said the hall pass.
Look at Scotty.
Wow, dude. You said it on camera.
You are so gross.
He is gross. He is gross.
He is a con artist, dude. He's a f***ing con artist.
It's funny jokes, but it's like it can obviously come off the wrong way.
Jokes, she's gonna say. Sandy, shut up. Honestly,
Because they
shut up, dude.
whatever. Allegedly.
Oh, the crocodile tears again. Let's not pretend we're getting upset again. Make it all about you.
You know, waking up and it's like, oh, is this what a one-night stand feels like? It's just like...
This is what a one-night stand feels like. You'd feel upset about that after watching everything if you had sex thinking it was like more of a real thing than it was. I don't know.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest,
matter.
because their behavior was inappropriate already. So, like, it doesn't really matter.
JR is pretty gross, so.
Zena just should probably get checked for STDs.
Yeah,
like, that's
probably.
my
If she
only,
hasn't
like,
already.
my only
Yeah, get
thing. Because
tested.
Sandy didn't sleep with Nick afterwards. So, like,
Yeah.
he's okay.
Safe, yeah.
But, like,
This is your
If I
word
want
of
a
the
hall pass, all I come
answer
here.
of
I'll
the
just
day.
break up with your ass.
wow, he's
True
gross.
colors,
wow,
dude.
he's gross, dude.
JR is gnarly, dude.
Can I say the ultimatum saved me from making the worst decision of my life?
Good for
Beautiful.
her.
Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy.
And he's getting more and more his true self right
Yes.
now, in my eyes.
Yes.
The veil is slipping
Yes.
as he gets prodded. Dude,
Wow.
JR is the biggest villain of this whole
Yes.
season for me.
100%. 100%.
Wow.
Scotty's temper still scares me, but he showed up good on this couch.
He showed up better
You
on the
know?
couch.
So
It's possible he's living more in his emotions, and he's expressing them in a healthy way here. He cried. He was upset.
I do hope he takes her advice and goes to therapy. Like, I
agree.
do think he'd
It'll be
do
good for him.
good to
He
do that.
could grow a lot in therapy.
So when was the last time you saw everyone?
When we left.
When you left? You haven't
Actually,
reconnected.
we've seen Mariah and Caleb since then.
That makes sense. They're the
Borings.
borings. The borings match
The
up.
borings match up. They're hanging out.
Every time I hang out with you, I'm like, oh.
Oh, I heard something else too. I wonder if they're. I'll say it at the end if they don't cover it. I heard something, just something that creeps me out a little bit, but it's fine.
Is he making up a bunch of his life past?
He may have embellished certain things in order to feign a deeper connection with Vanessa than he actually had.
Was he not homeschooled?
We're not talking
Am
about
I
it yet.
on it? Did I just
Not
read your
talking
mind?
about it
I read
yet.
your mind time and time again right there, didn't I? Holy
Get
shit.
out of my brain.
So, I mean, that's what's the problem with like being married for 20 years. Like, I can read your mind.
Nick, you are probably expecting some kind of resolution or some kind of answer out of this today. And well, you did text me 2 days ago asking, so.
Whoa!
No, I said I was curious if you were coming. Like,
Well, but you said specifically for you, so.
I don't know why the third degree on this. He's like, whatever. He reminds me of like, you know, when the Friends.
I think he's over this.
You know, when the Friends cast got old and then they were like really too old to be doing the show, but they were still doing the show. He reminds me of that.
It's not my dirty laundry to air.
Except she has since then, right?
Yep. Apparently.
So, I mean, it's not my dirty laundry to air, but I aired it. Just not here.
Do you know what she's talking about, Nick?
yeah, absolutely. Found out about Sandy and JR, and I reacted very poorly.
So what did you...
We saw that.
I started drinking a lot.
Okay.
I was pretty rude, I would say.
He's probably like, get the away from me and shit. And I'm assuming. That's one of the things that Vanessa said, right? Is that he was drinking a lot?
Yeah.
Among other things, potentially? Yeah. Okay. So he's admitting to it.
Probably opened up a little too much of what was going on with me too soon.
That makes sense.
So he emotionally unloaded.
Yeah. And that is scary for people. Like when you don't have that kind of relationship and you dump that on someone.
You weren't very receptive of what I was giving.
He was mentally ill.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, that was the first day living with you.
That's hard, dude.
Yeah. Because it was so good before, and then suddenly he's just like freaking out.
And
he's
we
drinking.
didn't see most of that.
Yeah.
We saw like her being like, I'm here for you, and him accepting that. We didn't see most of this.
I was homeschooled. What are you talking about?
For one semester, though. Like, that's so different.
A year. It was a year of my life.
So, I mean, the 1 year versus like homeschool doesn't always...
He did say to her when they were talking that his mom had pulled him out. It wasn't, he didn't say he'd been homeschooled like forever.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
It could be one of those things where it's just a bit of a miscommunication.
Yeah.
And now he's feeling
and
like
you don't
she's...
really know that person, but then he's treating her like he knows her in the way that he's emotionally around her.
I feel like we're all shitting on Nick a little bit too much right now.
Well, those are the questions that are being asked.
You can shit on me if you want, Scotty.
Damn Dave.
No one's gonna shit on anyone.
Why did it sound like Dave made it sexual?
Right? I feel like Vanessa interrupted that. She's like, no shitting.
I think whatever makes you feel good about it and move forward happily is the most important part.
It sounds to me like he was super toxic, and he has admitted that. It does sound to me like she's over-analyzing certain details that don't matter when there are other details that do matter that we're admitted to. That's kind of where I am right now.
Yeah.
Right? Are you feeling different about that or no?
No.
So nothing of Nick threatened you in your relationship?
No.
He was clearly threatened by Nick during the dating portion.
Yeah.
He was clearly threatened that someone else realized that he was with someone gorgeous and who had a great personality, and he was clearly threatened by that.
Yeah.
Because he thought he was going to walk in and be like Rico Suave for some reason, and that's not what happened.
You leaving, it did impact, then Dave left, and then Micah and Chanel. So it does have a domino effect.
I think we all went. I think we all processed that, and it sounds
Yeah.
like they did too.
She's right. Like, what she's saying is true.
Yeah.
And I appreciate her being like, I don't, like, you have to do what's right for you. I don't blame you, but...
So I think it was very enlightening for both of us.
It's, I want to value what Vanessa's saying about how uncomfortable it was and stuff and all this shit, but they get such a privileged position too to go in there and not have a bunch of their dirty laundry aired and then walk back in on the reunion and treat it like a regular cast member when they didn't go through it like everybody else did, but they get to be above it.
Yeah.
Unlike everybody else. And that feels kind of shit.
It's irritating.
It's irritating. And then they get to be the smug assholes on the end of the couch. That's kind of how I feel at a certain point.
Vanessa farts, and I don't like it.
Dave.
He wants people to shit on him and talking about farts?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude?
Dave's humor is just off, dude. Like, why is that? That's what you wanted to end on?
Vanessa's going to smack him when
Was
they get out.
Vanessa farts gross? Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks,
See you
Dave.
later.
Thanks for your contributions to the season, Dave. Bed Dave.
I was going for a piece of paper. Her visceral reaction to me.
We saw that. We did see that with Caleb.
We
He had
did.
a piece of paper with a bunch of shit written on it.
Yeah.
I was drinking a lot. I went to recovery.
Good. Okay.
That's good. I hope he's still sober.
We decided a week into that she didn't want to do that, and she went on a trip and...
Tripping? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
That's weird. She's like, yeah, I've been fucking tripping all over.
He's not the right life partner for me, and vice versa.
That's fair.
Absolutely fair. And viewers across the board agree.
Yeah.
Bad relationship.
Bad
Don't-
relationship.
Don't be with each other.
Yeah.
I was self-medicating. I was...
Self-medicating.
Seeing her touch and flirt in front of another man like that quick.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch from someone not in that relationship.
Yeah.
It didn't stop after the show either. It wasn't just that day or that week. It's been the last year.
So if he's still messaging, that's fucking problematic. He's not better.
He needs to go no contact with her.
Yeah.
Like, they need to stop talking.
Yeah.
Trust me, I wish I could have let you guys just go.
Then do
but
it now. Then
right,
do it.
you need
Stop
to find a way to
talking
do
her.
it. It's almost, it feels like addictive for him in a way.
Yeah. He obviously has an addictive personality.
We haven't spoken, seen each other, nothing.
No DMs.
And I told you about that.
Yeah.
So
So
Sandy
why would
reached
you
out.
fake-
Because
More
they're
bullshit.
so used to lying, dude.
Yeah.
You got to be careful when you fall in love with an artist. Like,
Wow, that's, nope, that's not why. Nope. It's not about your passion and creativity, dude.
Are you seeing anyone right now, Nick?
yes, I am.
Oh. Is she age appropriate, Nick?
She's my therapist. I see her once a week. So is he with somebody and still messaging her, though?
I've taken this time to do some journeying for myself, and I've gotten therapy.
Oh, it's good that he's getting therapy. I mean, it didn't really help him in the way he's showing up today, but it's a long process.
It is
therapy.
a long process. It's only been a year.
Yep.
May your therapy prove fruitful.
You just have to understand that everything that I had to relive, and
They just all watched it recently with the rest of us, so that's a lot of shit.
so it was very hurtful. But you are a good person.
I don't know why everybody's always got to say somebody's a good person. He could just be a person, you know? Like, most people aren't good people, bad people. Most people are just people. And I think this, you don't need to tell somebody they're a good person. He's a human. Most humans are complicated.
Yeah.
I get why she does it. It's a diplomatic thing, but it's not, I don't believe in that, really.
people. You've been together for years. You are a good person.
That's the weird thing about calling someone. If you're going to say that, like, oh, you can't just patently say someone's a bad person, then I don't know that you can patently say someone's a good person either.
You're
like,
a person.
Can't we all just be neutral and then we do good or bad things inside of that?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you know, I did this really heinous thing, but I'm a good person, so it's okay. That's how people excuse it. Instead of being like, I am dictated, my goodness and badness is dictated by my actions, which is the reality of it.
Yeah.
I hate that. People use it to cover abuse all the time.
Totally.
Are you ready to marry or move on? For now, I'm Nick Lachey.
And I'm Vanessa.
Wow. That was a Ultimatum Netflix game ad at the end.
Oh, shit.
That's weird.
Okay.
Wow. Uncomfortable.
Okay.
Is my one word. One word.
Arya seemed to be incredibly angry at Caleb, and yet they really didn't cover most of anything, really.
That's not one word.
What's one word?
I said uncomfortable and I asked for a word.
Oh, sorry. Erratic.
Erratic. Just like us. Oh no, but what you were saying, Arya.
Yeah. I don't really I don't understand. I don't feel like we got... I still don't feel any closer to understanding her viewpoint. We didn't see any behind the scenes footage like we did with JR, right? They did that montage showing us basically that he was a player there for a hall pass.
Yeah.
And like we didn't see anything like that with Caleb or Arya, so I'm still really confused. I also don't know that him looking at her stories is like, I don't know, is that massively problematic? I'm not sure.
Like, it's a little, like, whatever, but, like, all things considered.
Arya feels to me, like, hell-bent on, like...
proving Caleb's bad or something?
Right, like, proving that he was, like, super into her, and I don't know why you need to do that.
It's that, back to what you said at the beginning, it's like the emotional connection doesn't mean romantic, it doesn't mean lust.
No.
It doesn't mean he doesn't love his original partner.
No.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird gotcha that doesn't feel like enough of a gotcha to me.
No, it doesn't. And it almost feels like, and we know Scotty is pretty obsessed with the idea that, like, no man could just be friends with Arya. And it almost seems like Arya's caught up on that. No man couldn't not want me. Which is weird, because Mariah is, can we just say, like, between the two of them, I'm not really sure, like, we need to be pitting them again. They're both beautiful. Like, really, really, really beautiful.
Yeah, they're both two, like, really amazing women. I don't know why we need to be...
Right. Like, why does it have to be that he, like, wanted Arya in that kind of a way?
And then it sounds to me like Caleb moved on almost immediately after the show, didn't contact her again, and was just living his life with Mariah. There's no, like... Because some of these people sound like they have a lot of back and forth, and the two of them seem like it was just, like, a little messy at the end of the show, like, splitting.
Right.
And a little back and forth, and then split skis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the whole, like, so here's the thing.
So this is what you're hung up on. The rest of it speaks for itself. You're hung up on the Arya Caleb thing.
Well, because I feel like it didn't get any closure around it, and I still feel confused. And I don't know if, because I like Arya a lot, but I don't like the way she approached this whole situation. Like, it really ticks me off. And I just don't know, like, the whole blocking, unblocking, like, she also has to have been looking at his profile to know that she was blocked or not blocked.
But that's also an expectation because she had a lot more feelings for Caleb than we are perceiving that he had for her. So you'd expect her to be checking that.
After she was engaged to and still in a relationship with Scotty, though?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, I just
moving
feel
in
like,
together.
I mean, you're giving us information about your own social media activity that shows maybe you were still hung up on Caleb.
I mean, that sounds like it to me. Regardless of anything else, is and always has been more hung up on Caleb than he was with her. And you can see that from the way they moved on after the show. He didn't say anything negative about her ever.
No.
And she was coming at him this time, even though she was dating with Scotty. That all happened, and she's still kind of thinking about Caleb. I don't know, like, and maybe it wasn't during all that. Maybe it's just coming back up because of the reunion. But like, that is what you're saying is true. She was checking in on him, even though she was supposed to be moving on.
To know that she was blocked and unblocked and all of this stuff. It's a two-way street,
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, you have to be paying a certain amount of attention to know that. And it feels like to me, and again, I say this, I really like her. I think she's beautiful and smart, and like, I am sad for everything that she experienced with Scotty. But she seems hell-bent on proving that Caleb had the same or similar attachment to her as she had to him, almost as a way of being like, it's almost like she's like, I'm so great that this person I couldn't possibly have had more feelings for this other person than they had for me.
And that goes back to the Zena and Jr conversation earlier in the season where he was like, yeah, I don't have as strong feelings for you as you do for me. And for JR, that wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And for Zena, she knew what it was. Here, it's almost like, I hear what you're saying. It's almost like you need to feel the same way that I do
because it's almost like a
you.
blow to the ego if like he isn't as hung up on her as she is hung up on him. And that's frustrating for me because like just it happens, man. It happens even though Caleb isn't as pretty as her, you know?
Yeah.
It happens.
Can we talk about the crowning achievement moment of this entire
What is
reunion?
that for you?
Do you have one? Think of one.
Okay, I think of one, yeah.
It's when Zena unlocked that phone with the QR code on her nail.
Killer, dude.
That was crazy.
Killer.
Cyberpunk queen.
Amazing.
Ugh.
Insane. Also, we hadn't seen the version of her that showed
crazy.
up, like the fire that she had on the reunion stage.
I love her salty.
Oh.
Zena salty is pretty fun. And her and Nick's like unlikely alliance was pretty funny. They're both sitting on the detached couch. Oh my god, that was great. Anyway, that was my favorite moment.
That was
Hands
also
down.
my favorite moment.
Yeah.
The QR code under the nail was like,
yeah.
wow, dude.
Yeah, it makes you think. Like, what else can you
to
get
the
away with?
receipts.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I have receipts. No, Zena had receipts.
Yeah, she had ready, dude.
That was crazy. That was amazing. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it was pretty. I actually, weirdly enough, really liked how Scotty showed up, which I know is not going to be a popular opinion because people really don't like him, and I understand that, and I could see how he raises a lot of red flags.
He handled this well, though.
He did.
This day was a good day for him.
He did. He handled it really well. He didn't say stuff that wasn't his business to say, like personal things that had happened with Arya. Like, I'm glad that he was like, if you want to say that, but he didn't start bringing it up. I liked that. I liked that he did take a bit of accountability.
There was no I'm sorry ifs.
No, like he showed up really
straight up
good.
Apology, I think.
I like when everyone was like battering Nick. He was like, "Hey, I feel like maybe it's been enough. Maybe it's enough. Maybe we stop now." Like I liked that too. Like, I don't know.
I still don't think Nick and Vanessa are the best hosts, but they handled this better than a lot of reunions somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
There weren't like
fine.
insensitive jokes or anything.
They were fine.
Which is sometimes what happens.
What's the Minnie? Is that her name? From South Africa? Oh my gosh, she needs to host these things.
She was on Love Never Lies South Africa.
If you want to see a good host, that's Love Never Lies South Africa. That's the best hosting I've ever seen. Yeah, and it's incredible. And they need to fire Nick and Vanessa and bring her in. Honestly.
Yeah. I got no other notes.
Yeah, disappointing to see that Nick and JR are like not taking accountability for some things.
Yeah.
Nick did, but then he'd walk it back immediately.
Yeah. And that's kind of the classic pattern we've been seeing with him. He's like, yeah, I'm a bad person. And then he still does it. Like,
yeah, that was frustrating. And then JR.
I hope he's sober, though.
I hope he's sober, too. I don't know. He didn't say he was.
There's also, he did, recovery or whatever. And there's also dry drunks, too. So it doesn't mean that, like, he's still in a really toxic environment. And hopefully after the show he can move on and heal himself and for the people around him.
Yep.
JR was a nightmare.
JR was a nightmare. JR lost. If there are winners and losers of the reunion, JR lost the reunion.
JR was the biggest loser.
For sure.
Zena was the biggest winner.
Totally.
For me.
Absolutely.
Honestly, hands down across the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting that they were both in a relationship at one point. Let us know how you think, how you feel.
Yeah.
What's in your noggin? Typed out with the fingers. I don't know what the hell's going on next. I guess we're going to take a minute, take a little bit of a break because we need it, and then we're probably going to hop on. We're going to test the water for, what's that? The later daters?
Later daters.
We're going to do later daters. We're going to at least try it out, see if people are interested in that. Subscribe if you want to see that. Leave the video a like if you got this far, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
All right, thanks you.
Bye.
Then I got it knocked, and I started going,
Ridiculous.
All those tearjerker.
Hey, we're gonna go on a cruise this summer. You should come with us.